Today we're going to be talking about integration. It's the process of calculating the area under the graph between 2 points on the graph. I'll explain it with a graph. So if we have this graph, this can be our graph that we're looking at. Y, X, and we have 2 points. So it's the process of calculating this area under this graph between the graph and the x-axis. So this can be done by dividing this area by little triangles, and we can use this formula. So we have the limit as n approaches infinity of I is equal to 1 to n, which is the number of slices that we have, which is these triangles, basically, like all of them. And we have delta x dot fxi, where delta x stands for the width of each of these slices. So this is delta x, and xi, actually this has to be xi star, and xi star is a sample point on our graph. Now there's an easier way of calculating this area under the graph. So we can replace this entire expression with this. So we have fx dx. This is called the integral of function fx. So now we need to find the antiderivative of fx. And the antiderivative of fx is basically the function, whatever f of x is, before taking the derivative. So I'll just write it down. So the function before taking its derivative. Now let's look at an example. So let's say we have x dx. So this will result in this, basically, in this expression. I'll explain in a second what this is. So what we see here, this is an example of an indefinite integral. An indefinite integral is an integral that does not have any bounds on it. So bounds meaning a number here or a number here. So this integral is missing this. So it means it's an indefinite integral. And to do this, we always add a constant of integration, which is represented by c. And we also have this, which is the antiderivative of x. So what this is that we raise the power of x, which is 1, by 1, which results in 2, and we divide the whole thing by the new power, which is 2. This expression, which integral of x dx, can also come in the form of 0,1 x dx. This is a definite integral because it has a lower bound and upper bound. But the process is similar. So you have x squared divided by 2. But instead of putting c, you have to sub in the upper bound and the lower bound. So when we substitute, it becomes 1 over 2, and remember, you have to subtract them. So 1 over 2 minus 0 over 2. 0 over 2 is just 0, and 1 over 2 minus 0 is just 1 over 2. So this is the result. There are obviously more complicated integrals that you can face, but this is the most basic form that you can get. Thank you for watching.